which are the best makeup products from Chanel is a question that I get asked all the time, and I have been using Chanel for almost 3 decades. Yes, you're gonna ask me, Jacqueline, when did you start using Chanel? Well, my first memories using Chanel makeup was when I was about 14 years old. And no, it wasn't me. I wasn't able to afford Chanel. It was thanks to my mom. So thank you, mom, for introducing me to Chanel. That's when I started stepping my toes into it. And as I grew older and I was able to afford Chanel, then I started to purchase my own makeup products from the brand. And from that time on, everything is history because I'm a Chanel collector. I absolutely love Chanel makeup. And on today's video, I didn't want to focus on what's new at Chanel on 2024, but rather to select those iconic products, those products that are unique to the brand, game changers, ahead of their time, hero products from Chanel. And those products that you can find pretty much all the time at Chanel, that they are not limited edition items, but rather makeup products that are pillar to Chanel beauty. And if you have watched one of my latest vlogs in regards to Chanel, you know that I went to shop the latest collection from Chanel, Métier 2024. And while I was paying a visit to Chanel's boutique, the manager approached me and she started to show me unique and exclusive pieces that they were sent to such boutique. I was in shock of the beautiful pieces that I saw. You know, friends, I'm a lover of Chanel, everything that has to do with beauty, makeup, fragrances, clothing, bags, shoes, and obviously the gorgeous jewelry pieces that they make. And I feel very lucky to own a couple of their pieces. And one of the pieces that I was shown at the boutique, I have added to my wish list. It's very extremely expensive, but I was also eyeing a pair of Chanel earrings from their newest high-end collection dedicated to number 5. If you don't know, Coco Chanel, she was Leo, and Leo is the 5th zodiac sign. Coco Chanel, she believed in astrology, numerology, she believed in all of that, and that's why number 5 was her lucky number. And at the boutique, I was gifted this beautiful catalog with the high jewelry from Chanel. And I'm going to put a picture right here of the pair of earrings that I have been eyeing from this collection. The thing that has stopped me to get it is one, although I understand the concept of number 5 and why it's so important to the house of Chanel, but the number 5 is not my favorite number to begin with, and the price is outrageous. But you have to see what I got on my ears right now. Aren't these pretty much identical to the number 5 Chanel earrings? Better yet, they cost a fraction, not even perhaps a 1/5 of the cost of what they will cost me to buy the earrings from Chanel. And better yet, they don't have the big number 5, which I feel like it takes a little bit of the beauty of the earrings themselves. And these gorgeous earrings are made by Idyl, which, you know, friends, I love my Idyl pieces. You see me wearing them all the time. But the best thing about these Le Rêve earrings is that they are from the newest high jewelry collection from Idyl. Different from their fine jewelry collection, these are still sustainable lab-grown diamonds, but they are bolder, bigger, and they shine even more. As a matter of fact, as soon as I opened the packaging, I was like, wait a second, these studs, they look literally like 1 carat, and these are half a carat. And it is because the way that they are designed, they're a little bit more flatter. And the setting too reminds me a lot to Tiffany. Now, with Tiffany, for a pair of smaller studs like these, you're gonna pay over $6,000, if not more. These diamonds are hand-checked by certified diamond graders. They're pretty much colorless, transparent, sparkly. The clarity is pretty much flawless. You can even see the inclusions. The cuts are excellent. They emphasize the bright and sparkles of each of the diamonds. And I love the designs from Idyl because they do have that versatility that you can use them with different pieces because they are completely modular. Like this beautiful earring has a standard like such, so you can use the same stud and move your earring wherever you want to. And I want you to see the difference between these high diamond stud to their fine diamond studs. They are beautiful, brilliant, but you cannot deny that the high diamond stud is just even more sparkly. Now, another difference between the fine collection and the high collection is that you get a passport. So it's not just only a certification, but the diamond passport will tell you the carat weight, the color, the clarity, the cut of your pieces, obviously the weight and the size. The size of my stud is half a carat. The stud also comes in 0.70 and 1 carat. I can only imagine the 1 carat, it must look like a 2 carat diamond. And I have to break the news right here. I'm allowed now because I knew about this project and you're gonna believe it, friends. Finally, Idyl, the time that you're watching this video, they have launched their ring collection. It is for a limited time only while supplies last. They don't know if they are gonna keep making them or not, but they are trying the waters for sure. They have so many gorgeous pieces that I'm dying for. And for all my subscribers, if you want to purchase any of the earrings, it will be 20% off. I will be leaving the link on the description box below. And if you want any of the high collection, like these gorgeous Le Rêve earrings or the stud by itself, you can take advantage of my unique 10% off discount code. I will be leaving all those details in the description box below. And a big thank you to Idyl for working with me on this portion of the video and why I went into a tangent, not only to tell you about these gorgeous pieces from Idyl, but because while I was at the Chanel boutique, one of the reasons why the manager came to me is because she saw me, she said hi, and she complimented on my makeup. Thing that also my client advisor did when I came into the boutique. And while we were talking, they brought to my attention that this year, 2024, marks 100 years since Chanel launched their first makeup product. So 3 years ago, we celebrated 100 years since it was launched, the iconic Chanel No. 5 perfume. This year, 2024, marks 100 years since Chanel launched their first makeup product. So the timing couldn't be better to talk about these iconic products. So let's start first with a product that not many people talk about, or at least I don't see a lot in the ocean of content creators and beauty influencers on every platform from TikTok, Instagram, and here on YouTube. But one product that I will recommend you is their moisturizing plumping primer. It is extremely hydrating, super gentle on the skin, non-heavy, and let's give it to Chanel that they have been doing haute couture and countless runways, that they know exactly what they are doing. When a makeup artist is doing your makeup, they will work on your skincare. But if you have noticed, when they go into runways, they tend to use a very hydrating, thin consistency kind of primer, something that it will be long lasting, so that way when you are in front of the cameras with the studio lightings or lightings from the runway, you don't drip in sweat, the makeup looks flawless, but the skin is still hydrating. So highly recommend. If you haven't tried this primer yet, I will highly suggest you to do so. In terms of bases, there's 4 that I want to talk about here. The first one is a revolutionary product that came out about, I would say, 5 years ago. I think I was starting my YouTube channel here, and I remember really well when the Water Fresh Tint launched, and it was a product that took everybody by surprise. And this is something very consistent with Chanel, and that is their innovation, the study of their products before they launch. Yes, we can see various and several different products throughout the year as limited edition, seasonal items, but those that are staples, they really come to stay. And this foundation is a delight to apply. It feels like water. It has suspended micropigments that when you rub it on your skin, you can apply it with your fingers or with a brush. They just disperse. You have to wait and see the magic, because at one moment you're gonna feel like, okay, my skin just feels wet. Did I just apply water? Is this gonna do something? And then you're gonna see in front of your eyes how the pigment develops. It comes in several different shades. It does have a sheer to light, almost to light medium coverage. If you want something between light and light to medium coverage, then you can go with a complexion touch. To be honest with you, I will go with this one no matter what. I think it just is the foundation that I'm using today. It just gives flawless skin. Your skin will look even, hydrated, and you can be in the heat of summer and this foundation will not let you down. People will not really ask you what foundation you are wearing, but rather, what's your skincare? And that's what we all want, don't we? Now, one of the most, if not the most elegant foundation that I have on my collection is the Sublimage Essence de Tan. This foundation will leave your skin like a porcelain doll. So gorgeous, so beautiful, completely perfect. It does have a very subtle between a natural and a satin finish, not really glowy, and a true medium coverage that you can build it to full coverage. I will not suggest to build it to full coverage, not because it cannot do so, but because it defeats the purpose. I don't think that it is necessary or intended even from Chanel, and this is something that with the years I have seen the progress, and I think a lot has to do also with social media. In the past, it was thought like, okay, Chanel makeup is just like, okay, for older like myself on my fourth floor and beyond, people that they are scared about makeup, because we were not looking for a dramatic makeup look, but we just wanted it to perfect our own beauty without masking it. And I think with time we are seeing, and I can definitely see nowadays, very young content creators starting to really understand Chanel and talking about Chanel in a different way that if we were like, I don't know, perhaps 20 years ago, that it was not appreciated. And in fact, when I started my YouTube channel, like I said, 5 years ago, I remember a lot of content creators saying, I will not pay the pricing for Chanel because the pigment is minimal. And look at us now. It's like, don't you want some of that? Good pigmentation, yes, but not clown makeup. Another fantastic foundation from Chanel is the Numéro 1 de Chanel, the #1 foundation from Chanel. I mean, literally, this is a foundation that anybody can use it. It does have more of a glowy kind of effect, but without looking greasy. Long-lasting, thinning consistency, very much moisturizing. So you have dry skin, sensitive skin, you can definitely use it. And don't be afraid if you have more of a combination skin or even oily skin, because with a little bit of powder, that's all what you need. This will not let you down. It's a gorgeous, gorgeous foundation, and it's one of the most quote-unquote economic foundations on Chanel's line, that #1 of Chanel. Now, this is the time that I have to reveal my very favorite concealer. Those who have been following me for the longest time ever, you know it is the Sublimage Le Correcteur U from Chanel. This is more than a concealer. It is a color corrector. It is a concealer while brightening the under eye areas. I'm melting down right here. The sun is just directly hitting. I mean, I think you can see some of the reflection right here. It's hitting between my belly all the way down. I feel like I'm gonna break a sweat right now. This concealer will not let you down. It will cover the most stubborn, mine, dark under eye areas. I do have hollowness underneath my eyes, and it just have this property to color correct. It's non-heavy. It doesn't crease. You don't need to set it. If you want to set it, go ahead and set it, but try it without setting it, and you will be like, this is a miracle. And I do have fine lines. Like I said, I'm considered a woman with mature skin, very much experienced skin. I do laugh, I do have fun and all of that. And this is the best concealer in the market. Yes, the packaging is a little bit cumbersome, and don't tell me, because I do have a white rag and you don't know what happened. It flipped. I had a big stain, but thank goodness to the Bissell little green machine, because it has taken it all. I was like, no way. Definitely the packaging could be, I don't say upgraded, because what happened is the Sublimage line was created for those of us that we have more mature skin, that you are targeting the aging process of, call it anti-aging kind of skincare, kind of makeup line from Chanel. And because of that, it's the most expensive line from Chanel. So they want to keep the beauty of their package. They don't want to create something that is too common of the line. I'm okay with it. I love it. And this is my second tap. Another thing that I wanted to mention is that although Chanel makeup definitely is not cheap, you get your money's worth, because believe me when I'm telling you, one tub of these has lasted me for an entire year. And I will say some of these products here, even this one right here, they have lasted me for a little bit over a year. So their products, they do last because you don't need too much of it. Another iconic product from Chanel is none other than the now called Soleil Tan Bronze. And for many years there was only one shade. Now they have 3 different shades. I'm using the shade medium, and this is a product that anybody that I show it and I put it onto, they just get so impressed. The way that it blends is seamless. airbrush. This is also a product that it will last you for at minimum a year and a half. I know it does have a shelf life of 12 months, but believe me, this product lasts and is the best cream bronzer. It was reformulated a few years ago, and I know there was a lot of like disappointment by some, but after trying it for so many years, it hasn't break me out. The finish is impeccable with the natural look to the skin. It's just glorious. Going into blushes, although I yes can recommend you their powder blushes, even though after the reformulation they are really good blushes. To me, one of the most beautiful blushes from Chanel also comes from the Le Beige collection and the Water Fresh blush, any shade. And if I haven't mentioned it before, I do have individual reviews pretty much for every single product that I have here. Yes, I do. I certainly do. The one that I'm using today is Intense Coral. Again, the details of my makeup will be on the description box below as per usual, along with the links. Also, I will be tagging them on the YouTube shop for your convenience. If you want a blush that will not move, that will last throughout the heat of a summer day, or just if you're going to an event and you want your blush to stay put on, get this one. You can not only build on pigmentation, but you have to wait and see how it develops the pigmentation, because when you apply it, even on the lighter shades, you're gonna think that they may be too light, but they develop as they dry down. And when they dry down, they do have a very natural finish. Now, if you like more of a juicy kind of blush, I don't think too many people talk about the Le Beige blush on the stick. One of my favorite ones is number 20. Don't be afraid. I know it looks like it's a bronze tone, but it does give you that golden amber kind of shade. Now, if you want something a little bit more like sun-kissed kind of effect, a little bit of touch, I will say go with number 24. It has more of like a terracotta kind of shade. The finish, like I said, is a little bit more juicy, but not glowy. But let's talk about eyeshadows. There has been so many limited edition eyeshadows from Chanel, some that I wish that they would have stayed permanent. But let me tell you that on the permanent line, you can find the Tissé eyeshadows. This one is more of a dramatic, cool tone kind of eyeshadow color story. Let me show you. This is stunning. Wait and see. Look at these eyeshadows. They are gorgeous. One of a kind. That was Tissé Rivoli. And here I have Tissé Vendôme, another one that I absolutely love. Honestly, glorious too. Very summery vibe. Perhaps one of my favorite ones, it is from that Le Beige line, and it is this Quint in Warm. And it is the one that I'm using today. You may think this doesn't have depth, but look at my eyeshadows and tell me the truth here. So you can use this deeper shade, and depending on the brush that you're using, you can diffuse it even more. If you use a thinner or more packed, dense kind of brush, you can intensify your eyeshadow look like I just did on my outer V. Then this shade over here is just so stunning. It's amazing, as well as this shade over here. So I apply this shade basically kind of like on the center of the eyelid, and then from the inner portion all the way to the center, I apply this shade. Then I tap a little bit of this shade kind of on the center of the eyelid, but without covering any of this shade. It was just to give a little bit of this glistening kind of effect. I also use the same shade on my inner corner, or you can use on the opposite side the matte shade that is up here. You could use it like all over your eyelid, or as I did, I put it on my brow bone, or you can even use it on your inner corner. An excellent formulation that doesn't fade. You don't have any fallout. Easy to apply, easy to blend, and it doesn't emphasize fine lines or texture. Now I have to give a big shout out to the reformulated single eyeshadows from Chanel. The formula is impeccable in every single of the finishes. This is a matte formulation, and for being a matte formulation to carry so much pigment without fading away, mostly on a purple tone, it's nothing that is considered too easy to achieve. But again, this is what you find with Chanel, and something that we need to take from Chanel. They know what they are doing. They have mastered and really put a lot of effort on innovation. And then this shade is Talpa, which if you like a really rich taupey tone, look at that, it's gorgeous, so smooth. It reminds me a lot, I know I'm gonna bring a competition name here, but Dior Cosmopolite. It was a single eyeshadow that later on was reformulated the same kind of shade. So if you like that kind of shade, you're gonna love Talpa, but any of these eyeshadows in any of the different finishes that they offer, truly exquisite. Let's dive into perhaps my favorite topic, and it's everything that has to do with the lips. Let's start first with lip liners. And the ones from Chanel are long-lasting, easy to apply, smooth, non-waxy, creamy in a way that is not gonna move everywhere, but that it does give you time to blend. In fact, these lip pencils, they do have a brush on the other end. I will highly suggest, if you like a nudie tone, nude room, then for your pinky tones, 164 Pivot. In terms of lipsticks, Chanel has always been ahead of their time. Rouge Coco Flash. Nowadays, you see these very juicy lipsticks from several brands, and they are all the rage right now. Everyone wants to have a juicy lips. I'm one of them. I love them, but if we go back on time, these were the first ones. That they have that sheer kind of effect. They enhance your lips, but they will bring that glow, juicy, fuller lips without any plumping effect. Now, if you still like juicy lips, but even more pigmentation, Rouge Coco Blooms. This shade in particular, Chance, one of my very favorite ones. It does have a little bit of warmth to it, a little bit of a peachy tone, while the Rouge Coco Flash in Boy is more of that seductive, very mysterious kind of shade that pairs so well with cooler and neutral eyeshadows. Rouge Coco, the perfect satin lipstick that is not too glossy, that it doesn't gather on the fine lines. This shade in particular is Mademoiselle, one of the most sold from Chanel. It is kind of like a mauvey tone kind of shade. Adrien is also a fantastic nudie tone, and one that I don't hear a lot of people talk about, and I hope that is still available, is Cecile. If you like a cooler tone kind of shade in the pinky undertone, Cecile is stunning. Recently, Chanel also launched their most expensive lipstick, and is Rouge 31, a glass compact. I know, but this glass is hard glass. It's nothing that, yes, if it falls like from a second, third floor, it will break. But if it's like from here down, it will not break, it will not chip. It's well made. The shades in particular are phenomenal. This is another satin lipstick that it does have a little bit more of a moisturizing property. Stunning shades. My favorite one is this lighter one. Some of the most amazing lip glosses are the Coco Gloss. I mean, you can pick and choose. They do have several shades. They are non-goopy. They gather on the lines. Each of the shades, they have their own beauty. Some of my favorite ones, I mean, I have a ton of favorites. In fact, I do have all the shades. Okay, no joke right here. But Melted Honey is one that is a never failure. If you need just a something to your lips, don't be afraid. This may seem like it will have a gold metallic finish. It doesn't. It just makes your lips look more pouty. Gorgeous. And then the other one that I love is 166. This is incredible for summertime. It will give you that peachy tone that it just looks so good, so yummy, amazing. But they have so many different shades, and the applicator on these lip glosses, it is one of the things that I love the most because it truly hugs your lips. It just feels like the right size, the right way to spread it in an even way. Let's talk about the queen of lipsticks, and it is none other than the Le Rouge Duo Ultra Tenue. This lipstick, you can eat a greasy meal, kiss someone, I mean, wear it all day long, and it's completely transfer proof. You first apply the pigment, you let it dry. You're gonna feel a sensation that is drying, not uncomfortable, but even perhaps a little bit sticky. Do not close your lips. Don't go like that when you're applying this side. Let it completely dry, and then you're gonna go with the gloss, or how I call it, the sealant, because this will seal everything. Your lips are gonna look like this, perfectly fine, no cracks. You can wear it throughout the day. There is no other lipstick like this in the market. Zero. I mean, like, I can tell you, this is innovation. Just like many of the products that I have spoken about today, that they were first of their kind. Many wanted to replicate them. but nothing has compared to this. And I do have not only a review, but swatches of, I think, between our 15 or 20 shades of these lipsticks. And I show you, you can, like I said, you can eat a greasy meal, kiss, even if you want to rub it on a white shirt, and this will not budge, will not transfer, will not stain, will not nothing. And I'm talking about not only the lightest shade, but all the way to the very deep, deep reds. One of my favorite products from Chanel is the Balm Essentials. These appear way before Scott Barnes made viral the Aquaphor, way before Patrick Ta came, quote unquote, with this idea of using first powder and then on top of cream. Way before that, these were invented. And these, they do the same thing. You just basically tap, tap, tap with your finger, with a sponge. One of my favorite ones, Mermaid Glow, which, sorry, this was limited edition, but the one that I applied today on this side is transparent. If you want something completely transparent, or if you want something with color, I have here Rosé. I'm pretty sure they still have this one available, and Chanel is coming with a couple new shades for their summer 2024 collection, which I have covered on my latest new makeup releases that I uploaded, I think, yesterday or the day before yesterday. But anyhow, these are balms that they do not disrupt any powder, any makeup that you have underneath. It gives hydration without making your face or your makeup feel oily or disrupting, like I said, anything underneath. They are incredible if you want more of a natural dolphin-like skin. You can even use them as primers if you want to, if you have very dry skin. But if you just want to give that something that when the sun glares at you, you can just see that juicy glow. These are it. Very last makeup product, it is also from that Le Beige line, and it is that highlighting fluid. I have it here on the shade Sun Kiss, and it is this glow that I have over here. You just need a tiny bit. Again, it doesn't disrupt any of the makeup underneath. It gives a beautiful glow, and it's not thick in consistency. These will last you like forever. That's where I'm saying, like, although at times we may think, well, Chanel is so expensive, believe me, these iconic products, you will have them and you will be like, okay, so when I'm gonna hit pan? Because it's just so hard to do so, because you just need a little amount of product to achieve a beautiful look. And let me tell you, anytime that I'm done doing my makeup, a full face of Chanel, I'm so pleased. I go out there with confidence, not only for myself, but knowing that my makeup is gonna last, is gonna look gorgeous. And I think who else can speak more than that than when you receive compliments, and not only from workers at the Chanel boutique, but from other people around, when they are like, wow, what is your skincare? Because literally it doesn't look like too much makeup, and that is the beauty of their makeup. Completely classic, understated, beautifully done, and that's why Chanel is Chanel. And with that, friends, I want to remind you, do not forget to go and check out Idyl's new high collection, as well as their newer rings. I have my eye on a couple of them. I hope that I can get my hands on it, because I know they're gonna go fast. If you haven't done so yet, I want to invite you to subscribe to my channel. Make sure you ring that post notification bell so you don't miss any of my uploads. If you like this video, if it serves you of any help, please give it a thumbs up, share it with family and friends. And if you're not done watching my content, well, I will be leaving a couple of my latest videos at the end of the screen. See you then. Bye-bye.
Entre as ruas, já não vejo mais meus horizontes.